Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin, and happy Columbus Day to all of you. About Columbus Day. Columbus Day is a national holiday in many countries of the Americans and elsewhere, which officially celebrates the anniversary of Christopher Columbus' arrival in the Americans on October 12, 1492. And that's a little bit about Columbus Day. Officials suspicious death investigation underway after body found in storage unit. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Siobhan Lopez.
The look of the indoors.
A grim discovery at this self-storage facility in Rochester.
Just around midnight, Rochester police received a call reporting that a storage unit at Rochester Self-Storage on South Main Street was open.
When police arrived, they found the body of 45-year-old Jessica Purslow of Rochester inside the opened unit. Investigators say the unit was active, but at this point they cannot comment on who is renting it. They're looking into surveillance video in the area.
In any case, especially where something happened, not, say inside a private home, but in a more public area, that video surveillance is always something we're looking at, whether it be from surrounding businesses, maybe even other residences. That's always something we're pursuing.
The AG's office is looking for witnesses or anyone who may have been in contact with Purslow in the hours and days leading up to her death.
We're looking for anyone that might have any information about her recent whereabouts, her recent activities over this past weekend, back to this past Friday, to contact the Rochester police and let them know what they saw or any interactions they might have had with her.
An autopsy was scheduled for today to determine cause and manner of death. Anyone with any information is asked to contact Rochester Police. We're live in Concord tonight. Siobhan Lopez, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Again, call Rochester Police if you have any information. Passengers arrive in Logan after smoke pours out of plane's engine. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
Confronted with divorce? Contact Cervisi and Associates. I've been protecting consumers for years, and so has the Cervisi team. They have a proven track record.
Susan, we are passionate advocates, and we protect our clients' legal rights during a divorce.
What an hours-long ordeal, Randy and Antoinette. Those passengers really happy to have safely landed here at Logan after smoke was just pouring out of the engine. As you mentioned, they landed here at Logan around 3 a.m. And this all started for them yesterday morning. Passengers tell us the plane was accelerating for takeoff when there was a loud noise. That was followed by the pilot slamming on his brakes. That's when one man saw this smoke spewing from the engine.
I kind of screamed a little bit. We grabbed each other, and that was about it. And the brakes locked up, and that was it. And we were just kind of sitting there a little stunned.
The plane was able to taxi back to the gate on its own. Passengers, once they arrived at Logan, tell us that everybody was calm, and one passenger tells us JetBlue gave everybody a $275 voucher and some free pizza for their troubles. So there's that. We're live at Logan Airport. I'm Katie Thompson, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Moose hunters are back on the prowl in Maine. Moose hunters are back in the woods for another week of trying to bag the state's biggest trophy animal. The second of 4 moose hunt season sessions begin on Monday and runs through October 13th. There's another stretch from October 22nd to the 27th, and the longest session is from October 29th to November 24th. This week's moose hunt is mostly limited to the northern Maine, where the moose population is dense. The state's allowing a bit more moose hunting this year than last. The state's deer and bear hunts are also taking place. Deer hunters are in the midst of archery season, and the firearms season begins October 29th. The bear hunt runs to November 24th. And let's take a look at your pre-market now. U.S. futures drop following a sharp fall seen in markets overseas. U.S. stock index fell deep into the red ahead of Monday's open. Around 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, Dow futures fell 77 points, including a lower open of 45.0 points. Features in the S&P 500 were indicating a slightly downbeat open of 1.77. Sorry about that, little allergies this morning. While NASDAQ features single a negative open of negative 13.76 points. In the 2018 Columbus Day Parade on ABC 7 and Y, beginning at noon. And let's take a listen to the video.
A tribute to Italian-American immigrants and their contributions to the U.S. at Columbus Circle. The Columbus Citizens Foundation placed a wreath at the Columbus Monument yesterday. The annual tribute also honors the explorers' historic voyage to what was believed to be the New World. It also pays tribute to civil servants and first responders. And a programming note, of course, today is the 74th annual Columbus Day Parade. Eyewitness News anchor Ken Rosato, he's not here because he's hosting, as well as Lauren Glassberg. They'll host it from 5th Avenue beginning at noon. You can watch it right here and online at ABC7 NY.
Okay, and there you go on that video. Very cool indeed. And we want to hear from you. Let us know if you would be going to the parade if you live in New York City, or will you be watching it online? We want to hear from you. Young couples among 20 killed in limousine crash, families say. A pair of newlyweds and a young upstate New York couple were among the victims of a deadly limousine crash over the weekend, according to their families. And that does it for the Riley King newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.